to Mr. Özgür Obalı, the General Secretary of Insurance Companies, of Association of Insurance Companies.
So, good morning, everyone. I mean, Fahri Bey has a summary for yesterday's, meetings. Thank you all for joining us here. In advance, I want to thank the team for organizing this event on behalf of Turkish Insurance Association, Gülçin, Aysun, Yakup, and the rest. And on behalf of EUC, Menekşe Hanım and her team, and Asia Insurance Review, Sheila and her team. I mean, really, we are grateful. We really have a very fruitful and collaborative study. It was a long journey to make the preparation, and now we are here. I just want to give just a short glance of the environment, in what the Turkish market is practicing. So, yesterday we all talk about the gaps. I really want to make a very short review of it, but then pass the environment that the Turkish market is now practicing. So, So, I'll divide my presentation of 5 topics, and we will follow the importance of the insurance sector a little bit, the mega trends. In Turkey, a little bit, it is differentiating that we discussed yesterday whole day, the gaps. What is the Turkish insurance market ranking in the world, and growth potential and objectives that we have. So, with the 72 insurance companies, the Turkish insurance market is really very competitive. With the 14 billion gross written premium is August 2024, and there are we already bear the asset under management reached to about 60 billion is the same time lap, and we reached our total fund size in terms of the third pillar and the second pillar to 34 billion US dollars is the end of the August 2024. So we reached to 16 million contributors for the pension. It's going really good and fast pace. Since last 10 years, it was the first time last 2 years that we really have gained newcomers for the pension side. So the things are going better when we compare the other parts of the insurance. Premium is also for the non-life is not bad for for this year when we compare the last 2 years. So we are, also Uğur Bey mentioned yesterday's his speech that we are issuing 22 times of the Turkish GDP. The production pace is not bad, as I mentioned. We are expecting to reach with an increase of 34% estimated growth, and the fund size is estimated to increase about 23 to 25% from last year. So, the insurance sector is all as it is with all the world practice. We are really a very important financial. We are issuing very important financial protection for business. We are especially not cannot focus on. I think we a little bit change our direction to this the second item, reducing and mitigating risks. From now on, we really try to be much proactive than reactive, to emphasize risk, underline risk, and make some mitigating actions, because until today, Turkish insurance market practice is much more reactive for payment, to closing, to issue payments for after the event. But now we try to take really strict roles. We prepare the roadmap after the earthquake to underline these risks and prevent for the prevention side. So Turkish pension and life insurance sector is a really major player in for the futures of the Turkish people. We really have a good private public partnership in the best side. So we try to really increase the effect of this in the Turkish economy. The financial stability is another very crucial role for Turkish insurers. We are one of the leading institutional investors. I mean, maybe the first one with a 1.5 trillion asset under management, TL. So it is very crucial for the financial stability and strength of the Turkish financial market. What are the key objectives of this year, or key topics of this year, that the regulator and government policies have in for the insurance? Is the expansion of the TCIP coverage, for which is only limited to earthquake, now is expanded for all perils, you know. So it's really a very crucial movement to increase the coverage. So we are really working on hardly on the second pillar as well, that we discussed in the third panel yesterday. The auto enrollment, we want to revise the auto enrollment, which will be much more mandatory side will be underlined. So and also the contribution of the employers will be embedded in the process, because you really forecast that it will be very crucial for the future of the fastly aging population of the Turkish society. And the tekaful business is also in our agenda with the government authorities as well, because most of the population is very sensitive in terms of the Islamic perspective. So we try to include them into the system very delicately. So yeah, everybody talked about these mega trends yesterday, but I want to just focus you on the Turkish situation. I want to pass this immediately. This is the rank of the protection gaps in the world, and I want to emphasize the priority in Turkish market. So when we look at the global scene, the pension with the 1 trillion yearly US dollar protection gap is the first one. Cyber with a close to 1 trillion the second, health third, and NatCat the fourth. But in Turkey, NatCat is the first one. I mean, we see really have a huge protection gap, and we feel ourselves not ready for a coming, earthquake. And also the frequency of national catastrophes occurred in Turkey is much more than our, neighbors and our area. Okay, and also the average, above the average global. So, the NatCat is the first priority. The pension with a very highly, fastly aging population in the second. The health is a little bit in the third level, because in Turkey we see that this protection gap is really covered in a very luxurious way by the government. I mean, in Turkey we have issuing one of the maybe the best health coverage for all our population, but we have to really question it if it is sustainable or not. And the third one is the cyber. Really, we don't have a very huge damage in terms of this, and so either insurance sector and I think the regulation and the government side is not much more focused on this cyber risks. So, where are we standing on the world ranking? I mean, we also mentioned on yesterday's several speech that we are very below the average world penetration, which is 7%, while although we are now at the top of our last 10 years, we only reached 2.3%. So we really have a long way to consider. When we compare the 2020 to 2023, Turkey has increased its rank 3 levels when we consider the world in terms of premium production totally. And Turkey stands at the third rank, while it was in the 2022 the fifth. So 2 ranks above, because I think after the earthquake, mitigation actions are really have a crucial and important role in this figure. So Turkey, in the left side, we are really in the bottom 46th, as you see, in 2022. Last year, it increased only 2 levels, 44th rank. And in the developing EMEA, Turkey stands at 5th. Now, in non-life side, I mean, this is because of the situation. Although in the world average, life is much more have a weight when you compare with the non-life side. But in Turkey, since we have a pension system and we choose this path with unit link embedding it, we a little bit killed the life side in Turkish market. In the non-life premium production, we are at a better level. Turkey has increased its rank from 27 to 20 in the last 2 years, and its rank increased from the 4th to the 1st in the developing EMEA. So this is the situation when we concentrate on the premium per capita. Turkey stands for 5th in developing EMEA after UAE, Czechia, Qatar, and South Africa, while Turkey stands 50th in the world rank with a 224 per capita premium. So, I mean, yeah, we consider this situation really, Turkey doesn't deserve this level, I think, because we have a, you know, as I mentioned yesterday, we begin this journey in 1864, while Japan began this journey in 1863. So only 1 year gap, but the level of the insurance maturity is huge. So we really have to go on. So I'm passing the macroeconomic indicators, as you all know. What are the growth potentials when we consider? We already have a really hard work, and we have a result with the 2017 figures. As you see, the Turkish market is here. When we this is the median income in the x-axis, and x-axis, and the insurance penetration in the y-axis. Turkey is just below Mexico. When we compare it accordingly with its median income, Turkey's rank has to be doubled. You know, so although it's in just 2% when we measure it in that time, we really put a 0.3% on this. So, what are the objectives of the Turkish insurance market? You know, after this job done, we put some really hard objectives for us. The first, we divided into 5 pillars. One is increasing the trust and awareness through an insurance-focused approach. I mean, the main thing that in the insurance market, I mean, we have everything. In Turkish, we have some saying, you know, you have sugar, you have flour, etc. Why do you not cooking, you know, something, you know, that we have all the ingredients we have, the population, very young population, and quite good per capita GDP, etc. Well, when we compare the Turkish market with the, you know, the peers, we don't deserve this. What is the problem? One of the things that we couldn't, how can I say, trigger enough culture awareness throughout the population, I think. The second one, the revision of the structures, the sector to ensure effective and efficient cooperation. I mean, we are many of us within the ecosystem, as Uğur Bey yesterday, our chairman, has mentioned, that we try to, you know, gather all the participants, all the stakeholders in around the table. So we have to move together on the same direction. And the other one is developing effective relations with the public and regulatory authorities. As insurance sector, we try to really cope with them and try to make them understand us better way. Sometimes we feel that, you know, the ones in the in parliament, you know, sees us, you know, Martians, you know. So really, we try to. This is the I think problem, and we have to take the mirror in front of us, and we have to really consider what we have doing wrong. So we try to express ourselves much more sympathetically to the population and the rule makers. And expanding the inclusion through insurance products and services, really we have to be much more customer oriented. We want to focus on what is the customer needs from us, not we are offering to them. So we have to change this direction and bring the expertise and competences needed by the sector. We try to really increase, especially the distribution channels and our own teams' expertise, and we try to change our perspective from an insurer to a financial advisor. We really have to shift on this stage. So what are the challenges? I want to just, this is my last slide. We divide the challenges into 5 pillars as well: the general market infrastructure, line of business, distribution channel, and legislation. And we have underlined 26 main areas and issues that has to be considered, and we have to pass these challenges. We look at the general issues, the national income level in the first stage, and embracing the role of insurance. As I mentioned, we have to express ourselves much more better. The sectoral cooperation is another key area, and we try to feel the customer confident when they buy an insurance product. We really still going on the financial income, unfortunately, investment income. We try to shift ourselves to a much more technical income view and vision, but it has to be a very delicate way, because Turkish market is very prosperous in terms of this. The effect of economic issues, I mean, we cannot predict our future. This is another problem for us, because there are some volatile changes which also matters in the world as well. But in our case, the dimension is very huge sometimes, especially for the last 2 years. It's really we really drive with a really unpredictable market. The other pillar is the market infrastructure, the structure of regulatory and supervisory authority. I think we need them much more them to be empowered with a single law, which will be all the decision has to be made within their perspective. We don't have to need to carry the issues to other bodies, which will be empower them, and we will things to be much more easy for the solving of the problems, because we understand each other very easily. But when the other counterparts come into the game, we really have difficulties to tell our story. The role of positioning of the Insurance Association of Turkey. I mean, the association is sitting at the top of an ecosystem, maybe, but it has not can sometimes orchestrate it because of the lack of power. So we really have to discuss this issue as well. Competent and trained workforce is another issue. We really focus on how can I say, with different counterparts and the Ministry of Education, so that we have to increase the competency of the high school and the university graduates when they are considering the insurance as a expertise. And common data analytics platform. We have to harass our data much more fantastically and delicately, so that data is very important for our business. When we consider line of business, commitment to non-life vehicle insurance is very high. Unfortunately, still we have 45% of total premiums coming from this line. So the damages really hurts us. Limited insurance ratio in non-life branches. Innovation, factors preventing the development of private health insurance. Positioning of life insurance. As I mentioned, we choose the pension side in terms of against the life insurance. So we really have to work on life insurance as again. Limited product variety in life branch. This is another result of this. When we consider the distribution channels, we really consider the present model of the distribution channels, especially on the agency side, in unsustainable. So really they have to increase their competitiveness and perspective. Restrictions on customer ownership and access and limited digitalization. Our distribution channel, in the main distribution agencies are really see digitalization as a threat to themselves. So we don't want as this industry to put instead of man the digitalization, but behind the man. I mean, we try to make cope manpower, human power with the digitalization so that we can give much more high-level services to our customers. And the last pillar is legislation, increased need for financial controls, digitalization barriers. We need them to be restructured so that the digitalization and embedded insurance has to be, we have to open in front of this. We have to drop these barriers in front of the insurance sector. So it's also putting barriers on innovation as well. Need for harmonization and simplifications of the regulation. Highly regulated environment really a big problem for Turkey as well as whole the world. I mean, 2 weeks ago we have a general EXCO meeting with Insurance Europe, and all the European counterparts are really wowing because of the highly regulated environment. In Europe, I think when in 10 years there are 13 related insurance-related legislation laws has increased to 70 in 10 years' time. So really it's unsustainable. We have to simplify and maybe concentrate only one legislative path. So customer protection has to be managed very delicately, the last one. Sometimes we are really feel ourselves as a prisoner of the GDPR, okay? So we need this customer data to be harassed for better services. So in conclusion, we need strong insurance. We plan or we target strong insurance and pension sector with a proven resilience during the hard times. So it is time, we say that it's time to try for the sector. Turkish Insurance Association is setting new goals and strategies for reaching these objectives, and we really determine highly important player to contribute to the society and the economy of our country and our region and neighbors. Thank you very much for your patience. So maybe 2 or 3 minutes I can spare for questions. If you don't have, I want to leave the floor to the next. This time Menekşe is already ready. Thank you very much indeed. Do you have any questions from the floor? Considering the Turkish. Thank you very much.